over a decade ago, the Mercedes E55 AMG set the benchmark for ludicrous sedans. 469 horsepower in a four-door seemed insane, and it was. Fast forward to 2015, and the horsepower race has gotten completely out of control. It's ridiculous, and that is the word I'd use to describe the Charger Hellcat. Just look at it, with its bulging hood, its gaping mouth, 20-inch wheels, and cut body lines. It gives onlookers a hint that it's packing some serious firepower. And in fact, the only thing bigger than the engine in the Hellcat is the cojones on the man who decided that putting 707 horsepower in a production sedan was a good idea. And whoever you are, thank you, because it's f***ing awesome. The supercharged 6.2-liter V8 in the Hellcat produces more power than a Lamborghini Aventador, 707 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. It can also carry twice the amount of people as the Lamborghini and costs under $70,000. Bargain of the century? Just maybe. As capable as the Hellcat is in a straight line, it's also surprisingly easy to drive around town. It's got an 8-speed automatic transmission that's very smooth, and it's actually quite effective under full throttle as well. Dodge touts that it's a revolutionary 8-speed system that shifts in just 160 milliseconds. And I do believe that. It's actually one of the better transmissions I've tested. It reminds me very much of the automatic in the Jaguar F-Type R. Shifts are very crisp, it's very smooth if you're driving it normally, but under full load, full throttle acceleration, shifts are almost instantaneous. While the transmission itself is good, the paddle ergonomics are terrible. In fact, on the lower part of the paddles, it's actually buttons to control the center stack area here. You've got volume controls and you can change between your presets on your radio. On the top, it's the actual paddles, and they're flimsy. You can actually bend them and they make not a very satisfying creaking noise. For a car that costs as much and is this powerful, a little bit of extra money spent making them feel great to touch would have been a good move by Dodge. The Hellcat features a 3-way adjustable Bilstein dynamic drive setting system. You can change this car from a tarmac destroyer into a civilized grocery getter. Press the SRT button, bring up your drive mode settings, you can set it to default, custom, sport, and track. Interior-wise, it's no German super sedan. Mercedes E63 AMG and BMW M5 leave this in the dust in terms of interior quality and design. Of course, they're both a lot more expensive. You can get by. The dash layout, it's pretty simple. The seats, while they look great, they're not comfortable. In fact, this part right here where your butt sits is very hard, and after driving this car for just a short while, I'm already starting to get sore. Big problem with the Charger are the blind spots. You've got good frontal and rear visibility, but as soon as you turn your head to look over your right or left shoulder, you're hit by a wall of blindness. The Hellcat struggles with one thing: traction. Sending 707 horsepower to just the rear wheels is a physics nightmare, but that does make for some killer burnouts. Despite the layout, it still does 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds and takes the quarter mile in just under 12. Now, fitted with drag radials, this car will break into the 10s. The acceleration in the Hellcat is intoxicating. Even mashing it at freeway speeds, you're thrusted into your seat like no other. 707 horsepower is a lot. One of the biggest things you notice in the Hellcat is the supercharger whine. In fact, it's probably got one of the loudest whines of any stock car that I've ever tested. You mash the throttle, you get a brilliant exhaust coupled with the whine of the engine. I think it sounds absolutely fantastic, especially this car with a mid-muffler delete. Incredible noise. The Hellcat stops well too. It's got front 15.4-inch Brembo brakes, which stop the car from 60 miles an hour to 0 in just 104 feet. And that's a good thing because chances are, if you buy a Hellcat, you're not going to be driving it slowly. You can't get around the car's weight and size. The Hellcat is huge. While it's brilliant on the highway cruising and around town, on the back roads, it does not feel at home. The seats, they're not very supportive. Unless you're bigger, you slosh from side to side when you go around corners quickly. The car corner is relatively flat, but it just feels like you're driving a bus around a go-kart track. Despite some of its shortcomings, the Hellcat is still absolutely brilliant. How can you not like a car that your grandma can drive to the grocery store, then you put the red key in and you can hit over 200 miles per hour. It does smoky burnouts, it hits 60 in under 4 seconds. It's got over 700 horsepower. The Hellcat looks amazing, it sounds terrifying, and its engine is monstrous. But above all, it's just a smile-inducing, ridiculous machine. And that is what I love about it. And the acceleration.